and I'd sit in there in my boxers and be, smoking weed or deuce, whatever, spice.
Yeah.
That's an epidemic in prison.
Yeah.
That spice
Yeah,
shit.
I've
Like
been hearing, man. I'm sure you
I
got.
haven't smoked it
I know
once.
you got
I
some
haven't
wild
smoked it.
spot. Oh, just once?
I haven't. No, I haven't smoked it once since I've been out. But in there, I smoked it every day.
Oh, I know you got some wild stories from that shit, man.
I got scars. I got scars from that shit.
What? What do you mean scars? Mental
Bro,
scars?
this was at Pittsburgh. On the back of my head, I accidentally stabbed myself in the head with a banger. Listen, all right. So when I'd smoke, I get real paranoid. And some dude from this other end of Pittsburgh was playing with my money. He was trying to say that my Cash App ain't land. And I'm like, yo, your girl picked that up. Like, she already took that. So I went in his cell with one of my homies and pulled a banger out, but he ended up giving me everything. So he gave it to me. Now, Pittsburgh, it's 5 tiers high. It's not your normal, bottom tier,
Yeah.
top tier. So I go up to 4 tier and I throw it in my man's cell and I'm like, roll up. So we're all rolling up on the tier. Now, the cops don't care about that stuff.
Uh huh.
The COs do not care. To them, if we're high, we're not bothering them. So they
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
So we smoking right on the tier, and there was a new crip that came to the jail that I didn't really know, and he was told to make sure I was okay. I was high and didn't know who he was, and he was telling me to come down here. Now, where he was telling me to come down at was a blind spot. So I'm all high on this spice, and I'm like, oh, he gonna try and get me. Oh, he trying to get me. So I pulled a banger out, and I start running down the tier. My homie runs up behind me and puts me in a full Nelson. Now, I don't know it's my homie. So I'm trying to stab him, and he like, yo, what are you doing? And when I tried to stab him, I stabbed myself in the head, and my high left. Right? And I let go of it, and it was in my head. And there's a dude on my channel. I interviewed him. He was my cellie at the time for this incident. But yeah, they take me to the cell and they lock me in the cell, but I still had the banger in my head. And my cellie that I did the interview with, he took it out, and we did some homemade bandage to it. We had some maintenance glue. And then I got sanctioned. I got sanctioned for that. I had to get body beat for
Stop
3 minutes.
playing, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because it was a low.
Yeah.
And I should have been on point and knew it who he was.
How was that little 3 minutes?
Oh, long.
It's always is, ain't it?
Real long. And then the week after that is even longer.
Yeah, man. I see some dudes get beat the hell out of, man. Black and blue for weeks.
Yo, the worst 3-minute sanction I ever got, right, was at my first prison. So I was told to not get high in the yard, right? But I just got a bunch of weed, so, I don't listen. And me and 2 other young lokes, we're smoking. We get caught. Somebody from another gang tells our OG to jail.
See, now, ain't that damn snitching, man?
Yeah, like,
ain't that crazy, man?
Yeah, get your young boys. Yeah. So, we had to write an essay on why we should be on point in the yard.
Wow. See, now, that's why I won't join a gang, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't writing no fucking essay.
So I end up getting drunk as fuck that night and don't do the essay because my cellie just got all this hooch. When we go to the meeting, the other two, they had their essay done. So they like, and I'm the only white dude too. So that was, but they like,
Yeah.
where's the essay? And I'm like, what, the essay that told on me? And they like, what you talking about? I'm like, the essay, because Anieta was the one that told
Oh shit.
the OG that we were smoking, and I
Oh, that's
didn't do
messed
it.
up, man.
Yeah, yo, they fucked me up. But you know what I mean? They they was laughing afterwards, that I was quick with what I said.
Did you have to write it?
No.
Yeah, just took the ass whooping, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, but they had to feed me for like 3 days.
Yeah? It was that
Yeah.
bad?
Yeah, because I couldn't,
Oh, you
they
couldn't go
lifted
to
my
chow.
shirt
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm white, so I'm purple all under my shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I tell people they don't usually go for the face. Most of the time, they do a lot of body blows. Man, I seen one guy, he was so fucked up, dude. I'm talking about, it was messed up. He had to leave the block from body
Yeah.
shots. Damn, man. Well, let's talk about what you got going on right now, man. You're 5 months out of Pennsylvania prison. You're doing something productive, man. You're helping people
Yeah.
that might be facing some time in lockup. Somewhat similar to what I'm doing and a few other people have started doing on YouTube. Go ahead
Yeah.
and tell the people what exactly you're doing, where to find you, all that good stuff.
All right, so I'm doing prison consulting in Pennsylvania right now. And what made me want to do that was I was never big on recruiting dudes in jail. I realized that a lot of dudes had ulterior motives to wanting to join. And, a lot of dudes, I told them, like, you ain't gotta gangbang to make it in here. Like, you thorough, like, you fuck with me, I make sure you cool. So, because a lot of the dudes that were getting locked up, they weren't in the mix out there. They just got strung out and ended up doing something to feed their addiction, and now they're in prison. And some of these dudes, they went to college or they went to the military. They they don't know nothing about the street. So when I seen people that still, had a little bit of something like innocence to what we was all doing, and they was young, I would try and shield them from that. Like, I would be able to use my reputation to make sure they ain't got to go through what I went through. Because like I said, a lot of times I did shit to people that I didn't want to do. And, that's why I started the channel, but it's on YouTube. It's called Prison Consulting with Eric Costo. And it's pretty much just, if you hire me as your prison consultant, I'm going to give you personal advice. You could ask me any questions and all that. I also do it for free. I don't charge.
That's good,
A
man.
lot of people are charging like $200 an hour.
Yeah.
I seen, and if I could give a somebody like me a chance to not go through what I went through, I want to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm blessed enough that I got a job, so I'm not hurting for money like that. So that's, I wanted to be able to help, even though I'm not in prison no more.
Yeah, damn right. Well, that's what's up, man. I do have a question I want to ask you, man, because you seem like you got a good head on your shoulders. And
I also wrote a book while I was in prison.
Really?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of poetry and doing contests, and I kept winning. And I had a couple people that they didn't want to publish me because I was in prison. So my mom, who is real computer savvy, she ended up starting a publishing company herself and published a whole bunch of my poems. And then the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, which is the city newspaper, they ended up doing an interview with me when that book came out.
That's badass,
so
man.
That's sold on Amazon, and it's a prison poetry book. It's all prison poems. It's street poems, addiction
It's still
poems.
selling right now. Still got books up and running.
It's called Cuzzo's Conflicted Conscience.
Cuzzo's conflicted conscience, and you know, I
All
want
C.
look. I want to ask you about that. One more question before we leave, and I know you got plenty more stories, and I would love to have you back on to hear some more of them, man. When it
Thank
comes to the gang life, okay, I ask a lot of people this question. Okay, you say you have a child on the way, right? Would
you.
you
Yeah.
suggest to any child the gang life is the route to take?
So I'm actually glad you asked this question, right? Everybody always thinks because you're in a gang, right, that you're a bad person, that you deal drugs, that you shoot at ops all day long, and the media puts that out there the most. And movies, every family, right? You might have 2, 3 family members that is a criminal, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean your whole family is criminals?
That's a great way to put it, man.
You take Crip for example.
Well, I think,
Snoop Dogg.
yeah.
He's known Crip for years. Nobody, when they talk about Crips, nobody talks about him
Yeah.
as far as the good things he does.
Yeah.
He does so much for the community, so much for youth football. I mean, he's constantly giving back.
But you gotta understand, a young buck getting into the mix for the first time, a nobody, chances are that he's gonna be putting in work. You know what I mean? He's gonna be, for the most part.
True, and that's why certain people, I say, the gang life ain't for you.
Yeah.
And that's why I would try to, shield certain people from it. A lot of people, all they got in their head is recruit, recruit, recruit. They want their numbers up, but, I was lucky enough that me and my homies, we don't do, speedy. You on probation. You got to put work and you got to go through steps. You're not just getting, you're blessed in. Like, I don't even know what the hell that is.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are doing that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of people know I shield from it. But there's certain people that I'm not going to shield from it. Like me. I feel that, it was fate, me being what I am. It's just the circumstances that we're mostly in is not like that. It's we don't got dads around, or our dads are drunks or drug addicts. Our moms are working. Like, everybody got some sort of addiction in their family. And when you being raised by teenagers from the neighborhood, what I'm saying? What's gonna happen?
Yeah. I completely agree, man.
And drugs is bringing a lot more people that normally wouldn't be around shit like that. Drugs is making them. You got to go to the cities to get your drugs. So you might have people from suburb areas and then drift off. Yeah. And now you're in prison. And what are you going to do?
Well, tell the people, man. One more thing before we leave. Tell the people, what's the best piece of advice you can give to someone that might be going into Pennsylvania prison?
Be yourself.
That's one of my favorites.
Be yourself. Do not try to portray someone that you think everyone wants you to be.